And then he gets on a table, he pulls out 2 guns,
Yeah.
and he's sliding down some steps really fast, and he's just taking guys out. I'm so for it, man.
Love it. Love it. Journey, which we've been loving so far, with the next, the first installment in the, was it YFR Spy Universe? YRF, got that right. YRF's Spyverse, which is the first movie. Spider-Verse.
My bad.
that may happen soon. But it is Ek the Tiger, which is again the first movie in this whole universe that came out a while ago now. I saw it was like 2012.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, long. That was 10 years ago.
That was
more than 10 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
And you know, if again, much in line with the Pathan and War that we just saw recently, it's very much an action thriller, Indian action thriller that follows this another agent in the. Well, no, that was War.
You said War. Oh,
I'm talking about Tiger now.
Tiger. My bad.
Talk about Tiger now. Sorry, but Tiger is another agent in Raw. I'm learning a lot about Indian politics and military.
And they don't like Pakistanis.
They don't like Pakistanis and ISI. That's the America versus Iraq thing. That's how I'm understanding this world now. I'm like, okay, they don't like each other. Got it. Right. But yeah, so it's that movie. It's an action thriller, and yeah, that's what it is. And I'll just get right into it, man. To be honest with you, the first thing I would say is that this is much less an action thriller and more so a fucking romantic comedy.
This is the biggest departure from what we've seen. This is why people, I think, our comment section said, hey, you should probably start with this one. After we reviewed Pathan, a lot of the comments were like, don't start with War, because we said I said in the review, I want to watch War next.
Yes.
Yeah, I see why people say that now.
I can see why. But at the same time, personally, I'll go with my review first, if you wouldn't mind.
Go ahead.
That I really enjoyed the change of pace from expecting another action thriller, and I really enjoyed the more romantic comedy aspect of the movie. I will say though that I actually think the movie starts to work less when it focuses on the espionage thriller part near the end, where I thought this movie kind of fell apart a little bit for me at the end. I was like, this kind of got crazy. I think the narrative got out of their hands a little bit. And when it started to be more like a Jason Bourne thing, I was not really with it anymore, but I was still entertained. But the beginning, like hour and a little 20 minutes and change, I was like, this is really fun. I was laughing my ass off. I wasn't really missing a lot of the action stuff. I love the chemistry between the two leads. I love Tiger as a character. He was based off seeing Tiger in Pathan first. And I was fully on expecting like another Kabir. It's not him at all. It's a completely different character. He was like a dad that like kind of fell into being who just happens to be a really good fucking agent. And he's just this poor dude just trying to fall in love. And I fucking loved it. I love that whole part. And again, it falls apart near the end, and we'll get to that. But overall, I enjoyed it. It's a little too long. It loses itself at the end. But I really like Tiger as a character. I love the main girl, and I love the jokes. I thought they were so fun, and it's jokes we don't get anymore. Like, and it was heartfelt at some points, and I enjoyed that lot. So great stuff. How about you? What did you feel about?
I think I would completely agree with you. It caught me so off guard. Because I was like, it does, you meet Tiger in the first like typical big action set piece, and you see him and you're like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. And I don't know who comes up with your action sequences or what for the Indian cinema films, but my gosh, guys, whoever's doing it, guys, girls, the cinematographer for Pathan was a woman, I watched the behind the scenes.
That's awesome.
Cinematographer was a woman.
Fuck yeah, man.
Sorry. But whoever designs the action sequences, I was watching that first action sequence, Ed, and I was like, this feels more like Uncharted than what we got in it, right? He had the scar.
He felt like Nathan Drake. Nathan
Drake. I was like, this is really cool. And then he he gets on a table, he pulls out 2 guns,
Yeah.
and he's sliding down some steps really fast, and he's just taking guys out. I'm so for it, man.
Love it. Love
Dude,
it. Love it. I loved it too.
It starts in that like typical way, but we'll get back to those action sequences. But yeah, I think that it caught me so off guard because it's a long, long minute till another like very, very brief fight scene pops up. But
yeah, almost in any other movie, uncomfortably long.
Yeah, it was very long. Like,
but I liked it. I didn't mind it
a
actually.
whole song of him like loving her, and you're just like, wow, damn, this is
cool. 2 songs in this movie.
Yeah, but I completely agree with you. I really liked it because it was such a departure, and it built the relationship of it. And I think I liked it a lot because it, at least in my viewing, it's the first time I've ever seen a behind the life of a spy.
Yeah, right.
You know, I've never really seen
that was the focus. Like that was the focus of the movie.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Like,
I loved it.
Really kind of like subverts your expectations because you think
100%.
Yeah, and I, you know, it was really funny. Like when he's following her home, and then he like goes to every hotel, say they're all
he just
and then he just starts sleeping on the bench just so he can go up to the. First of all,
great
baller move.
Yeah, baller move.
Yeah, but so like
fun. It's just fun,
like, well paced, and I would also have to agree with you that I do think it kind of fell off in the end when they went to Cuba and like everybody started coming down on him, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm actually liking it less with the action. I think this is a better romantic comedy.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so I completely agree. It really gave me another like layer of respect for this universe.
Yes.
And like what they've done, because it does make like something like it does like make you love the character even more. And like it makes me understand why people started cheering so much in my theater. Again, I watched Pathan in a full theater, and like when the scarf came down and he came onto the train,
people lost it.
Like you would have thought Thor just showed up on
I
was like, what? I don't know who this guy is.
That was
he's
the
funny.
Avengers level moment.
But yeah, I completely agree. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for so many different reasons than why I enjoyed War and Pathan. Like if I had to pick one right now, Pathan would still be my favorite. And I think it's because it was my first entry into this universe.
No, but I do think it's a better movie. I think that movie got the formula down. Yeah. Like at least it's shaving off like, the rough edges.
I don't know, man. I cannot wait to watch Pathan again. I don't know when it comes out.
I was literally just thinking that. I'm like, I need to watch Pathan again, man. I need to watch Pathan again.
I really enjoyed it. But yes, this movie was so fun, and it was great because it was great for so many different reasons than why Pathan was good.
I agree. It gave us something different.
Yeah, it's just it's different, but it's in the same universe. It's brilliant. I just thought it was so smart and really just a fun ride. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
And I think you also brought up a good point. It's such a respectable, I have so much more respect now for like Indian filmmakers because they, again, like who thought that, and this is the first movie, not that I think they maybe thought this was going to be a universe, but like the first movie is a romantic comedy. Like what kind of ballsy move was that? Like, wow. I mean, it's still marketed as an action thriller, but when you sit down with it, oh, hell no, man. Yeah. First hour and a half of this movie is not an action thriller at all. Maybe like the first 5 minutes. You know?
Yeah, I would go like the first 2 hours of this, and then the
maybe
last
so.
30 minutes.
It's really just like the last 30 minutes.
Action. Yeah,
yeah. And I could not believe it. I was like in awe, like how ballsy that move is, and they just went with it, and I absolutely loved it. I thought I was watching like Notting Hill or something in this action world. And I just totally dug it because, well, one, it's a smart script. It was really cute, and it makes you love. Again, what Indian cinema really nails is getting you to like the characters, even regardless of this insane situation that they're in, regardless of the tone. Like they do really care about fleshing out these characters for you. They know, they understand that if you are not on board with them, that the rest of the movie is going to be freaking dumb. Yeah. Again, you want to talk about a movie that's dumb and that didn't get you to like the characters? Cocaine Bear. So, you know, it's wonderful to see Indian cinema really understanding what gets people to buy into and love, and these like the cinema as is. Just again, this is all fake. It's not real. None of this is real at all, and they get it. They understand that world and what you're expected to see. So, first of all, I mean, no surprise, we felt the same. But yeah, like what other? I wanted to get your take on the ending, because that's where I really felt like it did sort of fall off. And there were some actions there by by Tiger. I was like, that's mean. That's not nice. He like takes that bike. That motorcycle, that from that random dude that's just like motorcycle. I'm like, bro. This is like at a party when your best friend has like been getting to that point where he's like drinking way too much and he starts blabbering about like racism. And just like, oh, okay, well, hold on. Like I was with you for a second until you started like hurting innocent people. I'm like, okay, like all in the name of love. I was like really losing it. And then he betrays his friend. Yeah, like, that's betrayal. I'm sorry, but he betrayed. What's his name? Gobi, who I like too.
Gobi, yeah, Gobi. Gobi.
I was like, guys, you lost the script here. What the fuck is happening? This is not cool anymore.
I would completely agree.
I felt bad.
They like when he decides. I thought for sure that like, typically me, because I still haven't figured out how the endings work in this. I thought for sure that they're gonna go back to India, and they're gonna be agents, and that's gonna be the new. Right. That's why they still work with the war unit, and why. Hey, we'll see all these guys again in Tiger 3. Why Kabir is going to be in Tiger 3 and why Pathan will be in Tiger 3. Nope. I was wrong. He straight uses Gobi to basically help him get his girlfriend and the love of his life. We shouldn't just say girlfriend, the love of his life, and then pieces the fuck out. He's like, I'm cool. I'm out. Good to see you. I'm going to get shot, but don't worry about it. We're cool. And I was just like,
I was a little like, what? That took a turn. That took a turn. That took a little bit of a turn. I don't know why they decided to do that. Hopefully that gets resolved in the second one.
It was very like it was. Just I didn't like that. So, it was just so rushed. It feels like they didn't know how to end it.
They didn't know how to end it.
You got to like, I got to like the 2 hour and 10 mark. And I was like, yo, how's this movie end?
Yeah.
How like, or maybe it was the 2 hour mark, right? And I was like, I feel like there's still a lot to do here in about 10 minutes. Where's this going?
Yeah. It goes on for too long. It goes on for too long.
Really fucking like hits you in the face with it. And like, once you get to Cuba and they stop like with their love thing and they beat up those guys, which I love how everyone's so upset at them, but not the guys that are actually gonna like try to kill them.
I know. Right.
We're just gonna be cool with the
they
burglars,
literally criminals, but okay.
Yeah, but for me, once that moment hit, I was like, okay, I don't like the way this is going. This is the first time I was like, I don't like this. Movies. Yeah. Because for the most part, I mean, War lost me in the middle, but then when it got revealed that
what's his face?
Tiger is
literally what's his face?
That's his real name is Tiger. I don't know his actual name.
Yeah.
But
I forgot his name.
Yeah. He's actually the bad guy. He's been dead the whole time. I was like, that's a great twist. And there's more action scenes to carry it.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt like the action was kind of forced in it. Now that being said, some of the set pieces in Cuba were very cool.
Yeah, absolutely, great.
I believe it's Salman Khan, right? That's who plays Tiger.
Yes.
Yes, Salman Khan. Dude, when he's like, again, it felt more like Uncharted than Uncharted ever was. Like the guy, he's doing parkour. He's grabbing on like freaking cable wires and jumping down like 4 stories. I was like, this is
right on.
Sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, the ending fell apart. I was like, you just kind of betrayed your whole country and your best friend who said this girl's going to be the sister-in-law who's putting his neck out on the line to help you get her back. And you just
pieces out. Yeah. He just leaves. He drops it all. I could not believe it. I was like, bro, what the fuck? That's fucked up. Yeah. That's fucked up. Like, that's fucked up. But I mean, it's pretty clear that they were sort of going for that, a bit of a political ending, because the whole idea is that you know, these two factions are at war and they want to prove like that, well, we could live peacefully together. Look at us. We're an example of why we shouldn't be fighting, all that, and then so forth, which I think is a great ending, except they don't build that at all. Like if they just made that a part of the actual story, I think it would have made for a more believable end. He still fucked up his friend. That being said, I think the ending would have been like, okay, I like that. That's kind of, but they just rush all through that. They just sort of like, I don't know what's going on anymore. And so we should just end on a bigger note. And I hope that doesn't happen in Tiger Zinda Hai, which is the sequel. But
which stands for Tiger is Alive.
Yeah, which is that's cool. I'm glad clearly he's alive. That's awesome. But okay, that's really the only problem I had with the movie. Let's move on to some other things that we liked. The music and the dancing also hit bangers yet again. Just like I'm for it, you know. Especially that first one I thought was great.
Yeah, the first one with in Ireland with the bagpipes going behind it,
dude. Right,
whoever makes this music for these movies and writes it, it is so impressive to like listen to the mesh of the styles.
And like, they respect it, like the fact that they just went that far to like we're going to show off this other culture as a part of ours, and like, you know, that's so awesome, and that's a great way to do it. That I think it's a better way than what America does, which is just like, here's the set dress is like where you were at. Like the set dressing's great, isn't it? Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Like,
I really.
What the fuck?
I really enjoyed the first song. I didn't love the second song as much when they're in Cuba.
I didn't think that was necessary. Yeah.
But I really enjoyed the first song, and it was a comedy. The first song felt like a comedy watching it. Where like the song, the middle set piece song in War feels like a massive like dance party, and then like the second song in War does feel like a love song,
right?
Like a pop love song, and then in Pathan, you know, it's like this sexy song, but it has a point to it because it's revealed that she's seducing him.
She's seducing him. Yeah, there's a whole point.
Yeah,
well, I love that. I love it when it's tied narratively.
Yeah, they're worked in, and like this one was like a comedy. Same thing. He's fallen for this girl.
Exactly. It's motivated by the narrative.
Yeah, it's motivated, and there's this like comedy. There's like comedic song, and then they're like so aware of themselves because Gopi.
Gopi. Yeah, that's it. Gopi. Gopi. Sorry.
He stops him and he's like, "You just dance."
yeah, I love that.
Funny.
And he's like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't dance."
So what else is going on? Yeah, it's so great. It's like 50. It's like 500 Days of Summer kind of shit. I'm like, I love it. Like, this is so cool. It's so funny. It's so self-aware. One of my favorite gags. This is one of my favorite gags that I feel like I haven't even seen in American cinema. Is when every time he brings up, he's trying to fake it with what's her name?
Yeah.
What's the girl's name? Oh fuck. Why am I forgetting?
In this movie?
Yeah, the main girl. Zoya. Sorry. Z, right?
Yeah, Zoya.
Nickname.
Zoya.
She every time he has to sort of hide the fact that he's an agent, he looks directly at camera, and then it cuts to him doing a bunch of shit. I love that shit. It was almost like, I love it. I thought it was like a celebration, a parody, but also a celebration of action films, you know, in a romantic comedy vibe. I love that so much. He's wearing a 007 t-shirt when he opens the door in the beginning and he's getting milk. Like that is just so funny. And that also that sequence also was like everyone's like gawking, like all the women are like looking at him outside his door. It's just I loved it. It's so fun, man.
Yeah, the 007 shirt was great. I love that too.
I love all that stuff.
It was so funny.
It's so funny.
Another thing I really loved about this movie is that it shows that like spies also can have heartbreak. That you know, like it did have, you know, we just said 007 had that 007 Casino Royale feel.
It does. Well, definitely at the end, the extended ending, which didn't work here.
You see, like he loses his partner and all that, like, and then you realize that he's heartbroken, but life still goes on. Like he was super heartbroken. Yeah. For a second, you almost believe that he does kill her because, like, well, they said they found an agent that was dead.
I actually did too. It was a smart move. I thought he did. I thought he did kill her.
And then you see her alive, and you get that flashback, and then you know. Typical with these Indian films, they do a really, really, really great job of always kind of keeping the thread of like, are they good? Are they bad?
Right.
Are they good? are they bad?
Yeah.
They don't ever like fully show the cards of it.
Right.
Until the end, which is a wonderful storytelling piece. It's like so sorely missing. And maybe you guys can comment below. Maybe let us know. Maybe that's just us. Maybe because we're new to this genre.
Maybe it's it's obviously something that they do use a lot. It's a technique that they use a lot, but I think they use it beautifully. I think it's a nice way to keep the narrative going and fresh and dynamic. Yeah,
it's
really like.
It is a very mild film, and that's one of the best thing it has going for it.
I agree with you.
It just is so understated that you think it's going to be this like crazy cool action thriller, and it's a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
And that's to me, that's just the best part about this
film. I thought it was beautiful. I really loved it. Just the idea they went for it, and like, to see again, this guy, he's just like a normal dude. He just happens to really be good at killing people. But he's fumbling through words. He doesn't know how to talk to her, you know. But he's also like sleek. Like I told you, the hotel scene was so good. He just stands at the second hotel. He just stands there. He's like, "Yeah, hi. My name's blah, blah, blah. All right, bye."
Nice day. Have a nice day.
That is so good. I just loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. You know, it's just, oh man, you know, I think I wouldn't be surprised if they saw Casino Royale, which came out a few years before that, even like 2007, I think. Casino Royale came out, and they saw that, and they were like, let's kind of make let's take that same sort of idea, but then let's show an agent who isn't so self-absorbed and has a wall, in front of him. Someone who wants to keep the wall up. Let's show someone who doesn't want to keep the wall up. And he's like funny and light on his feet. He doesn't take himself too seriously. It's like they saw that movie and like, let's do the other side of that. And I just thought that, I mean, what a great idea. What a great idea. So it's such a charming film. Like it's hard to say that an action film is charming. And I'm like, this movie charmed me to death, at least in the beginning.
So charming. Yeah.
He's so great.
Yeah.
And I just, again,
these like every scene, it seems like every character is just bursting with charisma.
Yeah. Even cast well.
Yeah. Like in War, Tiger isn't bursting with charisma until he gets to play the villain.
Right. But, that was my big issue with that. But whatever. I still watch War. Like, I still enjoyed it.
Good. Khalid, that's his name.
Khalid. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
But I mean, like this movie is just really great. Again, I enjoyed it. It's just such a departure from what I was expecting, and I hadn't watched a trailer for it or anything. Obviously, we just knew we're doing these movies, and I was like, "Damn, this is great. This is really great." Where would you rank this so far in your top, including RRR and top all Indian cinema film?
That's how we're gonna do it. Okay, so
let's do it. I mean, we can do YRF's Universe, but
okay, I'll do mine. My list right now is RR is definitely on top.
Okay,
Pathan is next, then Tiger, and then War. That's how I would do. So War right now is at the bottom of my thing. Yeah, that's how I would have
to agree with that list exactly. Yeah. In terms of movie, I'd rewatch Pathan.
Pathan, no, 100%. I want to watch that right now. Yeah, well, because RR is it's homework. I mean, not homework, but you have to. It's 3 hours.
It's long, dude.
It's fucking long, bro.
It's harsh to watch at points. Like the scene where they're torturing him in RR, I was like, "Oh, this is rough to watch." But
Pathan all the way through is just easy, like great enjoyment, just all the way through.
Fun, God,
and it's just awesome. I mean, no, I might have to catch that next week somehow. I'm hoping. Like, is it on streaming yet, or like, can I still catch it at?
It'll be on streaming in April.
It's too long, and I'm not going to be here.
Coming to.
There's a few cinemas still showing it, like smaller cinemas here. So I don't know. Maybe if the Cinemark 18 up here in North Hollywood. Okay, maybe there. But I've just been dying to watch that movie again. It's just so fun, man. And I think here's another. Oh, well, first of all, what's your list? You said you agree basically.
My list is exactly the same.
Okay, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite character?
Ooh, Pathan's my favorite character.
Yeah, Pathan's my favorite.
As much as
that's dope, bro.
Salman Khan, and I like how each of these characters are very, very different from each other.
I can discern them.
Job of that. Yeah,
very much.
Pathan is like he's kind of this. He's not as like well trained of a fighter, or I would say even agent as Salman Khan Tiger or Tiger or Kabir, but he's got this like magnetic kind of charisma to him that can convince you to do anything.
Walk into a room and he's just like,
this is the guy I'm following.
Electric.
And then Kabir is the guy that looks like he can just beat anybody up.
Exactly. He's the hard dude. Yeah.
He's the hard guy.
He's the arms.
And Salman Khan, like a Tiger, I think is going to be kind of a mix of the two.
Yeah.
So they've done a really good job. Kind of.
He's obviously the romantic. He's the romantic.
Yeah. Dude, so I'm excited to see.
Me too.
Tiger is Alive, which is the second one. Tiger Sinda Hai.
Sinda Hai. Yeah, we'll go watch that next.
Sinda Hai. That'll be our next one. But overall, man, like this is just a fucking such a fun.
I have a good time. I just have a great time.
I don't see how you can't have a good time with these movies.
Like, there's just no other it's kind of even a great. It's a great. What's the right word? It's a great sort of, I guess, I don't know, side thing from the denseness of the MCU, where there's even so much more. There's so much talk behind that now, like just politically and just the production. But like, I just want to watch a movie and just can we just enjoy it? Just entertain. That's it. Like, just let's have a good time. That's it.
That's why, to me, it's such a relief to have these movies now in our lives, because it's the relief that is everything, because everything we get is so charged, right?
So charged.
Like everything is so charged with every other thing. And maybe in India, when these movies comes out, they also feel like they're charged. We've seen some comments where people are saying, hey, this looked at these people in a bright effect and these aren't good people, which, hey, we're going to be the first people that admit we don't understand what's going on in that part of the world. So we're not going to speak on it.
Yeah.
But for our perspective, everything in our cinema, in our movies, our TV for the last couple of years is just so charged with this preachiness, is how I would describe it.
I also want to add this other adjective. I think they're just overthinking everything. They're overthought.
In Hollywood, yeah.
They're just completely overthought.
Yeah.
Way too many, like this, there's this that we need to hit and that, and then there's this thing. Oh, we forgot about this thing and that thing over there. Yeah. Like all these movies, you forget to have fun. You just forget, like, hey, let's just have fun. I don't know what else to say. Have fucking fun.
Yeah.
Do something that's not so burdened by the weight of something. Like you got, like, this is the movie we need right now. Like, this is the thing that needs to be. Like, no, can it just be? Yeah. Can it just be it? Can the movie can you just allow your child to be what it wants to be for once, and just stop like fucking inundating it with messaging?
We talked about Cocaine Bear earlier, and there was a review that said, hey, in a world where there's so much climate anxiety, it's nice to see a bear just kill people. That was a positive review that was given to this movie. That's what we have to deal with here in our reviews, in our movies. Like, you can't go to something and just enjoy it anymore. No. There has to be a thought behind it, which is silly. Like, let's just try to enjoy cinema, try to enjoy ourselves again. And these movies have a lot of fun enjoying themselves. And, we've said since we started this podcast, there's always something to be said for movies that know what they are. Like, that should be our mantra. But these movies know what they are. They're not trying to break records. They're not trying to be the most technologically advanced movies, but they know that they're a spy movie that's going to give you some fun. And in terms of this movie really did surprise me in so many good ways. It was comedic and so heartfelt, and Ed's about to die because there's.
Did you hear that?
Outside. Yeah.
Did you fucking hear that? Whoa. Okay, that was, for those who didn't hear that, there was just thunder really close. Fuck, I was literally about to think too, man, I'm hungry. I should get some McDonald's. Nope, not anymore. Sorry for that interruption. Fucking Thor's coming down. I forgot I invited Thor to dinner.
Thor's so sick and tired of us talking shit. So he's like, I'm gonna go.
He's definitely tired of you talking shit about his last movie.
Even Thor didn't like that movie.
That's true.
Anyway, Yeah. So yeah, I just really love I love what Indian cinema is doing.
Me too.
And it's such a nice, like you said, dude, it's just such a nice distraction from what we have to be stuck with right now.
Yeah.
In our cinema.
And
that said, we got some bangers on the horizon here that look like they can avoid that trap.
After Tiger 2, I'd like to start diving into outside of the universe. Yes. With some of these other hits that we are similar.
We got so many comments, dude. People are telling us
we have more than enough.
Yeah, we got to start we have comments to go to their their Marvel movies. Come on, Indian Marvel movies. That sounds dope.
Yeah, I've heard a few. I've heard about a few.
We have comments about romantic comedies. We have comments about other action films that we should watch. Like, keep giving us comments. Keep giving us suggestions on what to watch next.
The best of India, just whatever you got. I'm down for it.
We're most likely going to finish off our Tiger in the YRF universe with Tiger Zendaya. Whoops.
Zendaya.
Whoops. I combined the two words. And then we'll jump to something new.
Yeah. I'm all for it. I'm so excited.
Me too, man.
India knows what they're doing. And that makes me so happy.
You know what's nice about this movie we haven't mentioned? There's no villain.
Holy shit, you're right.
There's no villain. You know why we love Pathan so much? Because there was amazingly
politics. That's the villain.
Yeah.
You know, politics. That's the villain of love. It's the villain of love. They can't be together. They can't be together,
dude.
You know,
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's really true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I love it. I'm all for it. I hope there's even more than that. So, guys, I think that does it for today. We went for a while today, almost 2 hours. But
we'll cut it up.
Yeah, we'll cut it up. Thank you for joining us. We hope you had a good time. And then next week, I guess Tiger 2, more Last of Us, I'm sure that we'll be talking about. This week. Not this week, then, because this week is a DLC.
This week's Left Behind. I'm sure it'll be fun.
But I want to see how they end it. This last 2 episodes. Let's see. Got a lot of good responses again, like you mentioned earlier about our views on episode 6 from people I did not know even bothered to watch a lot of things. And I was
every time someone new hits me up on Instagram or something, I go, "Oh, thanks for listening." First, of all,
thanks for
I didn't know you were listening, but thank you.
Yeah, but very humbled by that. Super. So, but keep listening. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify, and follow us on TikTok. Oh, Apple. I haven't even seen our Apple page yet. I don't even
know what it looks like. I'm not the person that should be asked about that.
Me either. Wow, we're the only 2 people in this business. So that's rough.
Good.
That's rough.
We gotta get that. We gotta get that
checked.
Fixed. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Anyways, guys, have a great weekend. Stay dry if you're in LA. And yeah. See you next time.